What's up, people? This your boy, Main Event Primetime TV here, back at another video. Now, I want to talk about the AFC East and the AFC East division. Now, like with this division, there's gonna be. I think this will be a two-team race, and like the other two teams, they will probably pick top 10. Like there ain't no like if and buts. They're gonna probably pick top 10, and the other two is gonna probably be like top two, like not top two, but like top 10 in the division, like in the conference. I mean, top seven playoffs. Yeah. Yeah, I do think the AFC East will be a two-team race, but that's what makes this division so interesting. Like, it's not no ordinary like two-team race division, but like there is a bunch of ordinary teams that I want to talk about and discuss.
AFC East we go. A shocker it was for most to see the Pats make a Super Bowl run last year. Not me, though. 2026 expected to look
Okay.
much different. Will it be? Let's talk about it with 10-year NFL vet, Leger Dusable, NFL analyst Emery Hunt. We're getting your predictions in order here. I don't know if this is a shock to too many people, although I guess the Jets are in the conversation, so maybe. You have Miami coming in last. New head coach, new GM, new quarterback, right. No Tyreek, no Waddle, lots of questions.
And that's why.
Now with the Dolphins, like I remember a couple years ago, this team was guns a blazing with like Tyreek, Jaden Waddle, and Tua Tagovailoa. But the problem with the Dolphins, especially a couple years ago, is injuries. Injuries really like hampered this Dolphins team. Like there was no like there was less fortunate with this team. Like this team, I didn't say fortunate, but there was like less luck. Like it wasn't injuries; it's them losing because they're a bad weather team. Like it's just like the weather and the injuries has really made this team what it is today. Now this team is gonna be led by Malik Willis, and their receiver room. Like I don't even know a guy at the top of my head that's gonna be the receiver for this team. Now they will have I forgot the brother name. I forgot his name. Their running back, they're gonna have him. I'm just forgetting his name. They're gonna probably mention him. Damn, I forgot his name. That's not either here or there. They're gonna mention him, but yeah, that's it's gonna be like the only guy they have now. They did bring somebody in from the Packers as their head coach, but like I said, like I said, it's gonna be a different situation. Miami, like I said, they're gonna be a rebuilding team. Now I don't think they're gonna be last in the division. Now I do think they're gonna be a little bit better than the Jets. 'Cause I do think the Jets is way more dysfunctional than the Dolphins, but like I said, the Dolphins, man, they're gonna not be fun. They're not gonna be fun to watch, like the past couple of years. I mean, last year that wasn't fun either. But it's just like I said, they had Tyreek Hill and they had Waddle and A Chain. That's his name, Devon A Chain. And now they only have one of those players, and it's just Devon A Chain, and like everybody else is just like they're just role players. Like when you have when your best player is a running back, you're not gonna win. Now, unless he's Barry Sanders, you're not gonna win 10 games or over 10 games. You're gonna probably go below than that, or probably go below 7 games. Like I don't even think like Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry could carry this team. This team is this horrible. Like they're gonna go. They're gonna probably draft in like they're gonna probably have a top 5 pick this upcoming draft, and that's not me being throwing shade to this team. Like the Dolphins has been always problematic ever, like, especially when I was live. Like before I was live, they had Dan Marino. They went um, undefeated before that, and like the Dolphins were like a team where they were a team that they were a threat. Now they're a joke.
And last, they bring in Malik Willis, who has some synergy with the GM and head coach coming over from Green Bay. But there's going to be so many inexperienced players playing. You see it right there, the additions. Malik
They
Willis.
lost a lot of players. That that is crazy. Like that is a lot of players, man. Like this team is gonna be a rebuilding team.
3 draft picks. Yeah. And then when you look at it, you might as well throw Tariq Hill and Tua Tagovailoa over there because the Dolphins are paying them not to play for the Dolphins this year. So I think it's going to be an uphill battle for the Miami Dolphins, playing a lot of first and second year players this year.
Totally agree. Young football team. I do love that for the new head coach. He can build the culture from the ground up. But yeah, they're a year away from being a factor in this division.
I won't say a year away. They're gonna have a couple of years. Like this team is not gonna be good. Possibly, like I said, like they're gonna probably draft somebody, and like they said, like they, I guess, Malik Ellis, he's a good to average quarterback. I don't think he's gonna be a franchise changing quarterback now. Like I said, I'm not saying that to be an asshole. It's just the truth. Like I don't think he's gonna be that player that like like we gonna play Malik Willis next and he's gonna be a threat. Like he has his games where he does good. Like he's a good backup. Like he's a good backup. Like nothing else to that. Like maybe there's something that I'm missing, but like I said, I didn't watch like several Green Bay Packers games and Titans. When he was on the Titans, I didn't watch much Titans games. The games I did, the highlights I did see, like I say, he pretty good to average, but I don't think he's gonna be franchise changing for the Dolphins. I do think they're gonna probably draft a quarterback this upcoming draft.
Say about Miami. There's really nothing else to say, to be honest. I'm sorry to the Dolphins.
Dolphin fans about to be in our man.
I mean, y'all gonna cover them on CBS. Like Miami Dolphins is gonna be on CBS most of the time next year. They're not gonna have no primetime games. Like the only time, I mean, like they're gonna probably get a one primetime game because they're a Miami team, but that's it.
Of the Jets, who just had their 15th straight season.
Now the Jets, I do think that's gonna be more shittier. What can I start, bro? This Jets team, like this team is dysfunctional. They don't have like they had their starting Geno Smith, which I do think I is gonna probably be worse than Malik Willis. At least with Malik Willis, he's gonna probably get more games than Geno Smith. I don't think Geno Smith is horrible, but like I said, they're gonna probably draft. They're also gonna draft the quarterback this upcoming draft, and it's just like they have Garrett Wilson, and that's it. I think they got rid of their running back. I think he left to somewhere else. I think they lost a couple players on defense. Now I did see that they got Mika Fitzpatrick, but I don't think he's gonna be game changing to where he's like gonna be like a game changing safety. They lost Quentin Williams. They still have his brother too that plays linebacker, but that like I said, like yeah. They lost Sauce Gardner, man. Like this team is gonna be just I'm just let them talk.
With 0 picks.
They've also lost DJ Reed too.
He's ever done that in the NFL. And now Geno Smith comes in. Is he the savior, Lachey?
Fuck no. Excuse my language.
Glenny is the thing about Geno Smith, Claudia. I think people tend to forget how well he played in Seattle. Last year with the Las Vegas Raiders, there was a lot going on. Their offensive coordinator Chip Kelly gets fired halfway through.
I mean, I do think that the Raiders are also a dysfunctional franchise too. Like, especially after when Al Davis got dementia, the Raiders has been downhill.
Yeah, because everybody's not.
They got a lot of additions, especially in the draft. But they also got, I mean, like I said, I don't think they're gonna get like more than 10 wins. Like the Jets is they still gonna be that team where it's like they're not a threat.
Offensive lines. It doesn't matter how good you are at quarterback. We've seen Patrick Mahomes be an average quarterback behind not good offensive line play. You see the addition.
You can't compare Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent. You can't compare that.
Like good veteran players.
Oh yeah, Quincy Williams also left too. Oh yeah. So yeah, both of the Williams brothers left.
And rigid. And And that's what Aaron Glenn wants to do. He wants to take over games with his defense. He's going to take over play calling again, which he didn't last year. Love the pick of David Bailey, plus the other 2 first-round picks as well. And Frank Wright, they bring in a veteran guy with head coaching experience to be the offensive coordinator as well, to kind of steer that ship the right direction. I believe the Jets are going to be a significantly better and a lot better than people expect, and they're going to be a scrappy team, especially down the stretch.
Leger, listen, man, I'm not about to say this just because you sit up there and you played a long time with the Jets, but they may actually have a chance to win the division.
Nah, you see, now do I think the Jets is going to be horrible? Horrible. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. It's a highly competitive league, but they're not going to win the division. Let's be honest and real. Like, the only way they can win the division if like massive injuries happens to the Bills and Patriots, and like the Mike Vrabel thing really affects the Patriots too, and the Josh Allen and what's his name, the Brady coach guy, forgot his name, really does take a toll on the Patriots to where to Bills, like it could affect their season. Like the Bill the Bills and Patriots are still is gonna be those teams. Like the Jets can't get past that. Like they just can't. They can't, man. Maybe if they still had Aaron Rodgers, then maybe, but they don't have him no more. They don't have Garrett Wilson. They don't have they don't have that. I mean, they don't have the running back they used to had. Got his name too. I'm forgetting a lot of running backs' names. They don't have that no more. The Jets are just the Jets. I do think they could be an average team if I had to say like if there's gonna be like a ceiling for them. I do think they could get like maybe 8 wins, 8 to 9 wins. But I just don't think it's gonna happen, man. They just need more work done. Like I'm not saying they should get like a player like a big splash, but they need like more work with the defense. They need more work with the offense, and particularly they need to get like a dominant receiver, like that can be a really good number one. I mean, oh wait, think about they still have. Oh yeah, they have Wilson. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Like it just like they need to get a good number two. Like they need to do something, man. This Jets team ain't it. It really isn't.
I feel like the Jets can run the football, and you talked about those additions on defense.
Like every time I watch the Jets game, I barely just want to look at my TV, man. Cause it's just like you already know what's gonna happen.
absolutely love the additions in the secondary. They called 0 American interceptions last year. I feel like when you add a Nashawn Wright who has great ball skills, D'Angelo Pines
Zero
who has
American.
ball skills,
Okay.
you add Mika Fitzpatrick. I don't know why he keeps getting moved around. He's a defensive version of Noah Fant and also Brandon Cooks. He's always productive, but he's always on the move. But this defense, I feel like, will be better than advertised, and Geno Smith behind that offensive line with that trio of backs that they have in the backfield, along with the they've added at receiver and tight end. I feel like this is the version of the Patriots that we saw last year of a team that can go from worse to you know what.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I gotta believe it to see it.
Definitely, I feel like they should be second.
Now I do think that the coach that they have is a player's coach. Got the brother name Aaron Glenn. He's a player's coach, man. I did see the energy, the dance he did, and the energy that he has. But like I don't think that's gonna be enough, man. Like they need more work done.
In division.
Okay, somebody go check that man's temperature. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a high ceiling.
They're going to be significantly better.
That's a high. But you guys don't think that Drake May was such a big reason for the Patriots being that good? I mean, we're talking.
I can tell that she's a Patriots fan.
I think there wasn't enough credit given, and we're going to talk about the Patriots later, to Mike Vrabel and that defense. That defense was really good as well.
Yeah. Sorry, we'll talk about the Patriots in a second. First, we have the second. We have the Bills, who you have coming in second. 12-5 record. Get rid of their head coach. Bring in DJ Moore, a weapon for Josh.
Now, in my opinion, I do think the Bills is gonna win the division.
This is such a frustrating team for so many people because the talent's been there. Josh Allen's been so great, but they haven't been able to push through.
They haven't been able to get over the top.
Last year was their best chance because there wasn't no Mahomes, there wasn't no Lamar, and there wasn't no Burrow. Last year was their best chance to go to the AFC. I mean to the Super Bowl, but like they just can't get it done. It's them and the Ravens that just can't get it done. Like these teams are always hyped. That's why you gotta appreciate. Now, I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, but that's why you gotta appreciate Jalen Hurts, man. I don't want to make this about Jalen Hurts, but like he always get a lot of criticism, but he wins. He may not be the best quarterback, but at least he wins. But like the quarterbacks that we do praise and say that they're the best, like yeah, they're good on regular season Sundays. They might be good in like one playoff game, but when it comes to the big games of the AFC Championship game, they lose. And I'm not saying that to be a jerk or mean. I'm not saying that, man. These like Josh, big players step up. Like Patrick Mahomes, he steps up. Tom Brady steps up. If Tom Brady isn't in the way, Peyton Manning, he steps up. Ben Roethlisberger steps up. A lot of great players, they step up. Joe Montana, going way back, steps up. Great quarterbacks step up in big games. And Josh Allen, he's a good quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback because he does not step up in big games. Him and Lamar Jackson. Just saying. Despite what goes on. The Bills, they had teams where they had good defenses. They had weapons, but they just couldn't get to the next step. And you see that right now, too.
Super Bowl, and that's been the issue. And to me, this is the first year in many years that the Bills have a lot of questions. You talked about it, new head coach, new defensive coordinator. The defense was the issue last year. But schematic-wise, they're making a change, Emery, to a 3-4. But when I look at the talent on the roster, do they have the talent to actually play in the 3-4 scheme? That's my biggest question. Jim Leonard comes over from the Denver Broncos, and he's now the defensive coordinator. Greg Russo is going to be an outside linebacker. Can he play outside?
They lost a lot of players, but they still have DeMar Hamlin. That's crazy. I mean, they got C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Geno Stone. Still, I don't get how they. I mean, I guess because they can't get rid of him because of backlash. I guess, but yeah, they lost a lot of players. That's crazy. I mean, they got DJ Moore and Bradley Chubb, so I mean, I guess that's something.
Linebacker. They do bring in Bradley Chubb, who has had some injuries but played really well last year. Also, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. But my question is, opposite of Christian Benford, who is going to be the starting quarterback? And the biggest concern for me is they lost their offensive line coach, Aaron Kromer. We talked about Jeff Stoutland and what he meant to the Eagles. Same can be said for Aaron Kromer and the Bills. There's a reason James Cook led the NFL in rush yards last year. It was because of that offensive line. So a lot of question marks. New head coach is going to be calling the plays. He was there before, but also a new deep. A lot of question marks. New head coach is going to be calling the plays. He was there before, but also a new defense, and that was the struggle part for them last year.
Sean McDermott is still in New York because he's been at Giants practice the last 2 days, just monitoring what was going on with John Harbaugh. So it was cool to see him out there and talking with Tremaine Edmonds and everyone like that, former Bills connection there. But to your point, man, Joe Brady is now the head football coach. What worries me about that is not anything to do with the passing game. I used to hate when the Bills forgot to run the football. Because they forgot to run the football, that's why they didn't beat Kansas City a couple years ago in the AFC Championship game. James Cook is the straw that stirs that drink offensively, in addition with Josh Allen. But you can't forget the James Cook part. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out. And just when the defense started to play better up front, last year you're switching the front around. Now you have to wait and see. So I can understand why you have these guys too.
And you have to think about the fact that they didn't make it to the AFC Championship, and there was no Mahomes, no Jackson, no Burrow in the playing field. And if they're all back, of course, makes it that much tougher for Josh Allen. Okay, that's enough. Let's talk about the Patriots.
Let's talk about the team that there's a lot of fucking and controversy with this team. First, you got the fucking with Mike Vrabel, and then you got the damn Crashouts with A.J. Brown saying that he's the greatest player. First of all, I mean, you might. Well, I'll say this: A.J. Brown's the best or greatest Eagles player of this generation, yes. But why I say he's the greatest Eagles receiver, no. You had in modern NFL, Deshaun Jackson and Terrell Owens. But back in the day, you had Harold Carmichael, Hall of Fame. Mike Quick, Eagles Hall of Fame. Like, you have all these players. It's even going off wide receiver. You have Brian Dawkins. You have Reggie White. You have Jerome Brown. You have like Seth Joyner, man. You have what's the brother Allen, the cornerback. You have Jason Kelsey. You have Fletcher Cox. You have all these Eagles greats that you disrespected, man, by saying that. And I don't like that, especially as a a person that likes football history, man, respects football history, and I mean, like sports history, period, and respect it. I don't like when young players of this generation disrespect the past like that. Now, unless JJ Brown he was a good player, but I don't think he was better than Deshaun Jackson as the Eagles receiver. Let's go. Let's start there. I think Deshaun Jackson has a way better Eagles legacy than AJ Brown. But damn, Mike Quick and Carmichael, those are two players, legendary Eagles. Despite how younger fans or people feel, one of them is in the Hall of Fame, and the other man is in the Eagles Hall of Fame. Like, you can't say stuff like that. And plus, it's not even AJ Brown. You got the Mike Vrabel situation where he's fucking reporters, having sex with reporters. That's a conflict of interest. I just don't get how he's not punished for that. I mean, I get that they can't fire him, but there should be some punishment. There should be a fine. There should be a suspension. Like this, I will not be shocked if the Patriots fall off this year. Now, I don't think it's going to be a massive fall off. There will be some good things with the Patriots, but this Patriots team is dysfunctional. It's not like when they had Brady and Belichick where there was dysfunctional stuff like the cheating scandals and the Brady and Belichick feud and like Robert Kraft having sex with masseuses. They still won, but this team is not like that no more. They don't have Belichick do your job. They don't have Brady to where like Brady can be that leader to where he can lead men and win. They don't have that no more. And I do think there will be a fall off. And that's what pisses me off about not just sports fans, but in particularly Boston fans. Their ego is so high, especially when they come off a championship, that they don't understand that this could be a fall off year with all these controversies. AJ Brown running his mouth, Mike Vrabel having sex with reporters. Like this team is gonna fall off.
Now, you have winning again. Let's go. All 14-win season, spent a record $364 million in free agency. Yeah. Why not run it back? The schedule?
And then you got like the Stephon Diggs, he left the team, but he's not on there no more. It's like it's a lot of BS with this team. Like it's just like whether players is on there or coaches is on there or not, it's just like this team is just reeks with controversy.
But I do believe they end up in a tiebreaker with the Bills, but because of the tiebreaker, they win the division at 10-7. And you talked about it. We look at the schedule right here. It starts off really tough.
And yeah, like you mentioned, they got a tough schedule. Like I said, you got the off the field issues, plus them having a tough schedule. Like I do think the Patriots will fall off a cliff a bit. Like they won't have a dominant season like they had last year.
The Super Bowl champions, right? Then you have the Steelers at home, Jaguars, Bills, right? That first 4-week stretch is tough for the New England Patriots.
And they're gonna possibly be upsets this season by certain teams too. I'm not gonna say the teams, but there will be some upsets this upcoming Patriots season.
A team that has played in some tough games and another year experience with Mike Vrabel in this team, Josh McDaniels in his offense should do them well. They made some splashes this offseason, getting Romeo Doubs and the big trade that everybody was expecting. A.J. Brown, you see it right there at the top. I love the pick of Caleb Lomu. Now, what does that mean for their offensive line in the future? It gives them really good depth because they struggled on the offensive line at times. And also, Elijah Vera Tucker is another guy. If he's healthy, he's one of the best guards in football, but that's the big if, right, Claudia? He hasn't been able to stay on the field. So I like that they've kind of tried to shore up the offensive line to give protection to Drake May. People tend to forget, with the receivers he had last year, he led the NFL in yards per attempt. Now you add guys like Romeo Doubs and A.J. Brown where he can really stretch the field and throw the ball down the field. He's going to be even better. He also led in completion percentage, led in passer rating. So the offense should be a little bit more explosive. But again, the bread and butter for this team has been the defense. Mike Vrabel and that defense did not get enough respect last year. They kept them in games. We saw it in the playoff runs. They were holding teams to like 10 points a game, and that's why the Patriots went to the Super Bowl. So the schedule's significantly harder, but I do believe they do repeat as division champs.
2 points I want to make right quick. When we talk about the Patriots and how they got to the Super Bowl last year, they reminded me so much. It was great to see it do it in the same season, ran parallel with the Indiana Hoosiers. You can beat teams with discipline and execution. That's how they were winning football games. They were waiting for you to make the mistake, then they capitalized because they didn't make many mistakes.
So I don't think the Patriots is going to return to the Super Bowl again. I mean, not again. I'm not going to say that sounds stupid. Like, I don't think they're going to return this season, man. There's a lot of issues with this team on and off the field. That's like the on the field stuff. Like I said, like they're gonna have like a dominant passing game with AJ Brown. AJ Brown's a good one-to-one receiver, but like this team is gonna have expectations, and like usually when young teams like this have expectations, they usually crumble in certain games.
That can carry you far. The second part, if we could pull up that schedule one more time, the biggest question about the Patriots offense was how will they factor in versus very good defenses. Look at weeks 12 through 17. That is a gauntlet defensively with how good those defenses will be. If they can make it out that portion of the schedule 4-2, 3-3, I think find ways to overcome what we saw last of them getting manhandled in the Super Bowl by a team that was just aggressive on defense. Weeks 12 to 17, it's nothing but Seahawk type defenses on that side of schedule.
12-17, also weeks 1 through 4, they have the toughest strength of schedule by any team in the last 40 years. And we're coming off a season where they had the easiest schedule since 1999. So as much as I love this squad, I am a little worried, but that's okay.
Should be worried. Like I said, the off the field and on the field like factors is just gonna be glaring.
They're battle tested, and also with the additions, I think it'll help this team push forward in some of those tougher games.
Yeah, and we have Lomu if Campbell doesn't work out at left tackle. There we go. All right, fellas, appreciate you. We should do this every day. Just talk about my Patriots. Okay,
No.
Odds do have the Bills as the favorite at -125. Pat's not too far behind, though, +125. And then we're talking long shots with the Jets and Miami.
But let's conclude. Like this team, I mean, this division will be an interesting division. Like I said, I do think this will be a two-team race. The Bills, like I said, they got their own issues with like them having a new stadium, them having a new coach, them having new players. Um, like I said, bringing in like new players and taking away the old players and stuff. And then you got the Patriots with the off the field issues. Like I said, I do think this will be an interesting division. And then you got the Dolphins and Jets. They're going to be drafting top 10 in the draft. And yeah, the AFC East will be an interesting division. This is your boy, Main Event Primetime TV. I'm out. Peace.